I was approached coming on 3 years ago now. I was really excited and I was given a copy of the Skating Rink, which I was also over the moon about because I'd been meaning to read Bolaño for ages. I absolutely loved the book. I thought it was quite strange but full of beauty and wonder and passion and intensity, and perfect for opera. When I found out I got the job, I used it as an opportunity to really delve into Bolaño. I like to go on a little pilgrimage for each piece of work that I'm involved with. So I went on this sort of mini pilgrimage to a place called Castelldefels, which is about 20 minutes outside Barcelona, and it's a campsite that Roberto Bolaño himself worked on. The novel is partly set on a campsite, and obviously we were going to include lots of the campsite in the libretto. So I thought if I could go to the campsite that Bolaño would have had in his head, I can have that same campsite in my head, and then infuse some of my text with the thing that he might have been infusing his text with. I went out there with my brother, went to this strange campsite in the off-season. No one was there. We were the only people on the tent pitches. We walked around the campsite and we went to the bar and we went and sat on the deserted beach, and it was really strange being about half an hour outside Barcelona, so no tourists around, but clearly a place that in the summer is full of people from all over Europe coming and using all the amazing facilities, which were all closed when we went. It was a really cool experience to go and absorb all of that. So in the original novel, there are 3 different narrators, Remo, Enrique, Gaspar. The narratives flick around all in the first person. We wanted to give a sense of that in the opera, and also I thought that it was a really cool idea formally because I really liked the idea of unreliable narration on stage and what you could do with that. We discussed possible ways in which our structure could work, and we landed on a one which was in 3 parts, so to echo the 3-part narration but not constantly jumping back and forward. And hopefully with that we could go even further with the sense of this unreliable narration and see events staged, which from different angles. You were with one character and their emotional journey led you to believe this is why this thing happened, but then you see it replayed later on from a different angle and you realise that it looked completely different to someone else who was involved. Initially, I wrote some sketches and sent them to David just to make sure he was absolutely okay with this kind of style that I would be using and the way that the text would be working. And then once we'd done that, we met up and we went through it, and things that needed to be cut down could be cut down, things that needed to be expanded could be expanded, and also we've been in constant dialogue since he's been working on the music. You know, sometimes he'll email me and say he needs a line 2 syllables shorter, so I'll write him a line 2 syllables shorter than the one that's already got. So it's a very precise method, going from the big building blocks like style and form down to the smallest choices in words. To take so much care and attention over the words is a really exciting thing. I think it's really going to be really good for the collaboration.